Good late Sunday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this June 10th of 2018. We had to endure another hot and humid day. On the plus side, we kept things quiet. We kept things dry. With thunderstorm chances wanting to pick up though over the next few days, we'll hopefully get some much needed rain in here, and hopefully that can take the edge off the heat at least for a little bit. Let's start with a look outside from 7th and Rangeline late on this Sunday night. We have quiet skies overlooking the east side of Joplin, a high of 95 today after starting at 72 at the Joplin Regional Airport. Keep in mind, we should be topping out on a normal mid-June day in the middle 80s. That was not the case for today. In fact, we were closer to our record high of 99 set back in 1953 instead of any of the average numbers on this June 10th. Back at about 10:34, the airport was looking at 80 degrees with it feeling like 82 thanks to dew points still sitting in the middle to upper 60s. Looking at temperatures this afternoon, everybody had to make do with another hot day with highs in the lower to middle 90s. Some spots as hot as 96, maybe a random 97 in a spot or two. But at 10:35, or at least back at 10:35 rather, everybody was still warm in the upper 70s to near 80. At least we're trending downward. At least we're heading in the right direction as we continue to cool down for the overnight hours. The Skywatch Storm Tracker just had mostly sunny skies during the morning. Some cloud cover, mid to upper level clouds working in from the southwest this afternoon and evening. Nothing underneath the clouds. If you wanted any thunderstorm chances to talk about, you had to head to central Iowa around, let's say Des Moines and Ames, Iowa, with some thunderstorms that won't die as we go into the overnight hours. Then we have other clusters of thunderstorms from Illinois, Indiana, the Ohio River Valley, and still trying to hold on as they make their way to the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. Off to the north and west, severe weather ongoing, if not strong thunderstorms in the Dakotas tonight. Those thunderstorms will not make it here, but the system responsible for those thunderstorms, that will be heading our way, especially this cold front stretching from the Dakotas back into central and southern Utah. That system, that front rather, will be heading our way. That's what's going to up our rain and thunderstorm chances as we go into the early work week ahead of us. For tonight, though, we keep things simple. We keep it quiet and we keep it mild. Again, we will have a nice start to the morning, if not a bit on the mild side, with everybody dropping into the lower 70s. I think most spots will be as mild as 73. Some spots might be near 70 in the morning. No matter where you sit in the morning, though, it won't be long before we start to warm things up. 89 by lunchtime. We'll have afternoon highs in Joplin around 93. Partly sunny skies by the afternoon. I can't rule out a thunderstorm or two late in the afternoon. Everybody's looking at a pretty calm day overall. But again, hot and humid with highs at least into the lower to middle 90s. You factor in those dew points, that'll be back in the lower to middle 70s. It'll feel like it's almost triple digits as we go into Monday afternoon before we can try and cool things down a bit by Monday night. Let's talk about that front now as we reset things here with a wide view of the future track. Again, we're quiet to start Monday morning out. I think most of the day Monday is okay. The future track here is overdoing what I think are just a few random afternoon thunderstorm chances anytime after 4 o'clock. I do think, though, we will see a bit of an uptick in coverage and even the strength of any thunderstorms that materialize along and ahead of the cold front. Any thunderstorms up north especially will be working in from the south as we go into Monday night and into early Tuesday morning. And thankfully, with this front around, that will set the stage for at least a chance to have a few days with the edge of the heat taken off a little bit. In terms of Monday's thunderstorm chances, though, some of them could be strong, and there is a low severe threat, mainly on the Kansas side, but you can see how it clips southwestern Missouri, west of Stockton Lake, north of Joplin, and clipping northeastern Oklahoma along and north of the Turnpike, the Will Rogers Turnpike. So if we had to deal with strong to severe thunderstorms, I think the best timing for that would be 4 o'clock in the afternoon up until about midnight, 1 a.m. at the latest, going into Tuesday. If we had any severe storms, I think the biggest threats would be wind, rain, and hail. Tornado threat's pretty low, so we're not going to worry too much about a tornado threat, but it's something that we will, of course, continue to keep an eye on. With thunderstorm chances hanging around the front as we go into Tuesday, have a look. Upper 80s for highs. That's still on the warm side, but it's better than seeing highs in the 90s for your Tuesday. We'll continue to keep an eye on thunderstorm chances as long as we have this front sticking around going into Wednesday. Plus side with that keeps us in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees for afternoon highs. That little break in the heat will not last long, though. You see how that front was to lift back to the north? So, yeah, that's going to result in highs back in the lower to middle 90s as we head toward the coming weekend. 93 tomorrow, let's say 89 Tuesday, back near 90 on Wednesday with those better thunderstorm chances around. Then 92 after some morning thunderstorms on Thursday. Then we just stick with the lower to middle 90s. It will be hot and humid for the coming weekend. And even with a few random thunderstorms Saturday and on Father's Day, plan on another hot and humid weekend across the area. Have a good night. Have a great Monday.